Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back, and in the land of grills. Oh, hey, we're gonna have a new grill review coming up pretty soon. But I want to do a rack of ribs today. I did a half a rack of ribs a couple weeks ago, and they were just, oh my god, they were so good. So today I'm gonna try and do some ribs again. Got a lot going on, busy, busy, busy. Love to do them on a kettle, just don't have the time to play around. Pellet grill, yeah, they're a good choice. But what about why don't we just break out the Char-Griller 980? And we did some maintenance on that last week, and I'll post a video. We replaced the flapper, and the new flapper from Char-Griller is twice as thick as the old flapper. So I've been kind of wanting to try it out and see if it really makes a difference. So we're gonna get some ribs prepped. We're gonna get that fired up right there, the Char-Griller, and take you along for the ride. Let's go. Well, you know, I've always loved the B&B, hotter, longer, cleaner. But this Blues Hog stuff is pretty good too. And I've got some Hogs Logs, hardwood lump logs they're called. So we're gonna take a look at that, and we're gonna put that in the Char-Griller and see how that performs. All right, let's take a look at it set up inside the grill. I've put the original grill grates back on. I have the grill grates for like doing high heat and all that. But can you use them for low and slow? Yeah, you can. I don't know why you'd want to get the grease all over them though. I've got the bottom vent, the back vent. You can see it's about 3/4. I'll probably throttle that back to half. I do have my deflector covered with aluminum foil. I do open up the slits though to let the smoke and the heat come out. And let's take a look at the inside now on the charcoal hopper. All right, so there's the new flapper. There's a chunk of wood. You can see I put it in this, well, not over the center. I put it away from the flapper itself. And that's set up. We're gonna put those Blues Hogs char logs. Give you a look at those. All right, so we're using the Blues Hog logs, 100% natural hardwood. And that's kind of like a processed product there. And they have got holes in them. They look like they go all the way through. Oh yeah, they do. How about that? So we're gonna see how this works. All right, sliders out, bottom door is closed, top door is closed, fan door is open, back vent is open, and the grill is on. Got it set at 225. I'm gonna let it get to 225. Let's go take a look at the ribs. All right, folks, there's the rib. Remove the membrane. I've got, actually, first I used a little bit of this 407 farm out. I thought it was just, if you haven't tried this stuff yet, if you like pepper, oh man, I didn't go heavy on it though. And then Famous Dave's rib rub. Yeah, this stuff is good. And then on top of it, a little of the Burn Pit barbecue, all ration. So on the grill we'll go. All right, got the grill set at 225. You can see we're 219, 221. Our lid temps are saying just shy, both shy of 200. Let's take a look at the ribs. Just put them on. Yep, there we are. We got some smoke rolling already. I'm gonna mist them down maybe just once an hour. Probably the plan is, and the meat's gonna tell me what to do here, but my plan is to do 225, 3 hours, pull them, wrap them, take it up to maybe 300 wrapped for an hour, pull them off, sauce them, turn it down to maybe 250, and let them sauce. But once again, it's gonna be the meat that's gonna tell me what to really do. All right, folks, after about an hour, we still got some nice smoke rolling, 225. So we got set at, these gravity things really do a great job of smoking. See our lid temp there? That one is saying 225. That one's just, yeah, well, that's pretty close to 225 too. In fact, let's take a look on the inside, because I did put the Oklahoma Joe Pucks in there and see what we got there. So closer to the heat source there, we're reading just shy of 250. And then on this side, 225. So anybody who says these things don't full temp, folks, I disagree. I disagree a lot. Ribs are looking good. Gonna give them a spritz, and we'll keep on going. All right, folks, about 2.5 hours into it, 225. That's reading closer to 235-ish, and that side's at 225. Let's take a look at the ribs, and let's take a look at the Oklahoma Joe Pucks. Oh, ribs got some really nice color going on them. The pucks, that one says, can you see it? That says 225. And that one says a little closer to 250, maybe 235, 240. So I get this a lot of times about how far off the temperatures are on people's Char-Griller 980, folks. Not on mine. That's pretty doggone close. All right, folks, put some brown sugar on there. It's already melting from the heat. And then some pure maple syrup right here from Wisconsin, and then about a half a bottle of Northwoods Amber from Lion & Kugel's. Good stuff. I'm going to wrap this, and then it's going to go back on the grill 300 for maybe an hour or so. I don't want to get these mushy. I hate mushy ribs. So we'll give you a look-see once they're out of the tin foil, and then we're going to sauce them up today. Oh, man. I got some Blue Hogs Original. It'll be good ribs. All right, so I told you I would show you once we got them out of the aluminum foil, and you can see we got some bones popping through there. And you're saying, Tom, what's the temp? Well, at this point, we're not cooking the temp; we're cooking the probe tenderness. So, I'm just going to take a toothpick, and there's still a little resistance, but ain't bad at all. And I don't want it to be something that it's just goes in like butter, because then I call them mush ribs. I don't want mushy ribs. I want a little bite on my ribs. So we're gonna get these out. We're gonna sauce them back on the grill. All right, the Blues Hog Original is what's on there now. This is vinegar base. So if you're if you don't like vinegar base, don't use it. But I'll tell you what, it's got a bunch of other things in there, and that vinegar, it's. Folks, don't get intimidated by it. I use open pit, and it's vinegar based, and I love it. So I'll tell you, I'm back onto the grill. We'll go probably another 30 minutes. We just want to get this sauce set, and then we'll take them off and give them a look-see. We're looking really, really good. All right, so here's a tip. I'm ready to pull the ribs off. First thing I do is I turn the grill off, put the slider in. That way, when you're shutting things down, it's not looking for heat and doesn't get that thing all going like crazy. So you see our temps are still holding 225. Oh man, look at those ribs. Let's get them off, give you a look-see. Oh man, look at that. Let's get them cut up, give you a look-see. Oh man, look at that. That's an awesome looking rib right there. A couple of people are going to ask, what about the flapper? The flapper held temperature the entire time. I'm not going to look at it till it cools down, but all indications is it held just fine. The Blues Hog Original barbecue sauce, very good. But the char logs or hog logs work just fine. Look at the smoke ring. It's almost all the way through. Oh man. It's a little bite there. Probably overcooked by probably about 20 minutes, in my opinion. But these are good eating right there. Look at that. Picture perfect. I don't even want to eat them. They look really good. Folks, I hope this is helpful. Tom Horsman, YouTube, thumbs up, leave a comment. And as always, remember, if I can do it, so can you. Thanks for watching.